To us, he was just a catastrophically injured kid until his dad said his name. He became a real person. I mean, more than just a patient. That was Marcus.
After you operate on a patient, you are bonded with them for life.
September 20th, 2008. 9-year-old Marcus Nickel was riding his skateboard in front of his house. Suddenly, the skateboard sped out of control and across an intersection. Marcus was struck full-on by an SUV.
I immediately climbed underneath the vehicle and just laid there with him until the paramedics showed up.
He was breathing, but he was not moving. We didn't give him an hour to live. There was absolutely no doubt. This kid's gonna die.
He had a big skull fracture with what we call a subdural hemorrhage. Blood underneath the covering of the brain called the dura, signifying significant injury. When he came into the emergency department, he was very close to being brain dead.
Less than 30 minutes after Marcus reached the emergency room, surgeons at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta removed the left side of his skull and evacuated a blood clot from underneath the dura, alleviating the tremendous pressure on Marcus's brain. In critical condition, Marcus was moved into the pediatric intensive care unit.
He was still bleeding out of everywhere. And we were all shaking our head and thinking, I don't think he's gonna make it through the night.
Both of his lungs were collapsed, broken ribs. The machines were breathing for him. I just remember looking at his chest rising up and down, and he didn't look real.
Children's intensive care staff slowly weaned Marcus off the sedation. No one knew if Marcus would come out of his coma. If he did, would he still be Marcus? About 4 days later, Marcus woke up.
A volunteer brought a little white dry erase board, and I wrote "Hi" to Marcus on it and gave him, the pen. I said, "Here, you want to draw?" And he wrote, "It is me." That was a huge, huge stepping stone for me, to realize that he was there.
They really helped me move and learn how to read and write all over again. I could tell sentences and they'll actually make sense. I could play with my friends and talk to them how I usually would. I really like what the hospital did because I could have died.
It's important so it can help all the kids that need help.
Children's is really no better hospital, I think. It can do miracles, and I thought that was just amazing.